Yes, I am wearing clothes. I have on this little stretchy like tube dress thing. I'm going to do a get ready with me with you guys today. My hair's already done. Very bouncy. One of my best friends here where I live, she is having a birthday party. Her birthday is November 1st. So she likes to do like a kind of Halloween-y like costume party, birthday party. So tonight I am going to her birthday party, which is a costume theme, and I am going to be a 50s housewife, pin-up style, kind of, sort of. I had a dress that was absolutely perfect for this, so I thought it would be super, super cute to do. And makeup would be super, super easy. So I'm going to do like a talk through, get ready with you today, but I'm sure it's going to be really lengthy, so I'm just warning you now. I tried to do a voiceover in like one video and it was terrible and it was lagging, and I just don't have the right equipment to do an appropriate voiceover. So I like to do the talk throughs because it's really hard for me to do a voiceover because I'm just not that fancy yet. So this is what we're going to be doing. So I've already like washed my face. I've already put on moisturizer and I've already primed. I used the Too Faced Poreless Primer just around the spots where I have like a lot of like pores. And then I went in and I used the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer all over the rest of my face. And I also put on some EOS, my lip balm, the coconut one that I have, just to kind of moisturize my lips. And then I'm going to pop on a little bit of my e.l.f. Plumper Primer. I'm just going to use the plumper side just to help pop up my lips a little bit, because my bottom lip is not bad. The top lip, however, I was not blessed with the most amazing, voluptuous lips in the world. So that's what that is. So I'm going to start today with my concealer, and sorry, I'm like trying like, do I have time to do all this, with my concealer, because I'm not going to be doing any like crazy eyeshadow on the eyes, so I'm not worried about a lot of fallout. It's going to be like a very, very simple eye with like a winged liner. So I'm going to start out first with concealer, and foundation and powder and all of that. So, what I'm going to start out first with is my NYX Dark Circle Concealer for underneath my eyes. You can see already one of them is like super bright and the other one is what it is. There is that step. And then I'm going to go in with my Boo Boo Cover Up. I got this in an Ipsy bag, like one of my first Ipsy bags. And I just really love this stuff because it's like super pigmented and it really helps cover all of my craziness. So I go in with that. And I just kind of dab that underneath my eye area and just bring it up to the side for kind of like a highlight. Helps cover up some of it to start out with. Then I'm going to go with my foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and this is in the color, what am I? Cool Tone C5, classic beige. And I'm just taking an e.l.f. complexion or powder brush. I like this because it's dense enough that I can put it on, and it gives me a little bit more of an airbrush finish. It doesn't apply so much to my face as some of my other brushes, and I feel like it's a lot like easier to work with, and it just doesn't cake it on as much. Thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more concealer under the eyes, not a lot. I'm just going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I'm literally just going to dab a little bit on there. I don't want to add a lot more because I have a really like creasy fine lines. Like I have a terrible like under eye section. So if I add too much underneath my eyes, it really starts to crease by the time I get powder on and I start wearing it. So I don't like to add too much, but I do like to go in with just a little bit of extra under eye coverage, and just kind of blend it out. It just is a little something extra, and I find that it helps me just kind of cover everything up. I can't cover them up completely. It's just, it is what it is. I've never been able to cover them up completely because they're just so in your face. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my brows. that is pretty much the brows. My brows are definitely sisters, not twins. I can never get them exactly the same, and it drives me absolutely bonkers, but it is what it is. The next thing that we are going to do, if I can get that back in there, is we're going to go in and we're going to set underneath our eyes. Don't mind me, I'm just reaching over. For underneath my eyes, I'm using my Tone Corrector Powder by e.l.f. And I'm just using these two shades on one of these brushes I got from eBay. And I'm just going to mix those two shades together, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to pat underneath. And I find that using this particular powder, since I don't have one that's like especially for under the eyes, just kind of helps brighten that area up without being like too much, and it doesn't get too like caked on there. So I find it works for me. Eventually I will get an under eye powder made specifically for under eyes, but just not right now. Next I'm going to set my entire face, and I'm going to be using my NYX mineral powder. This is Set It and Don't Forget It, and this is in the shade Medium Dark. And I'm just going to be taking my Morphe brush, my Morphe 401 brush that I received in my Boxycharm. And this, I'm just going to dab it in there, and then I dab it in, and then I use the lid. And I tap off the excess in the lid, because sometimes it's a little heavy-handed with powder. I'm not going to lie. And then I just start, and I just tap it all on. Get powder everywhere. It never fails. And I like to take a little bit, if you saw underneath my eyes. Oh, I have a hair. Oh, no. Underneath my eyes, because I don't like my eyes to be so super bright, because I feel like my dark circles are so bad that they show through. Even though I hate that, but I feel like they show through. And I don't want it to be like so apparent that I've tried to cover up my dark circles. So I feel like just sweeping a little bit of that color powdered under there, it just kind of like, you know, helps make it not look so obvious that I'm trying to cover up the fact that I never sleep and I'm stressed out. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start on the eyes. I'm just going to be using my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Whoop! I dropped it. And I'm just going to place that all over the eyelid, going up to the crease and a little bit up to the brow bone. Next, I'm going to be taking my Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to be using the brush from the Naked 2 palette, the fluffier side, and I'm going to be taking the color, see if I can do this, I'm going to be taking that first color there, it's called Foxy, and I'm just going to kind of load that up on my brush, and I'm just going to place that all over my lid. Next, I'm going to take an eyeshadow C brush from e.l.f. I'm going to, Who is e.l.f.? e.l.f. I'm going to take that same color, Foxy, and that's what I'm going to use to highlight underneath my brows. I'm going to take that same fluffy end, and I'm going to go in with the color Booty Call. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's this color right here. Yeah, I have stuff all over my hand. Sorry. And I'm going to do the same thing with that I did with Foxy. I'm just going to place that all over the lid. This is just going to give me a little bit of a brighter color on the lid. And it's just going to make it stand out a little more. Next, I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This is by LA Colors, and I'm going to do this again. I'm going to go in with this color right here. This is shimmery brown color, and it's called Snakebite. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush. I don't want to load it up too much, and I'm just going to place this in the crease. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend out those edges. So that is pretty much the eye look besides the liner. I didn't do anything too dramatic. What am I doing here? What's going on? Oh, there it goes. I didn't do anything too dramatic, as far as like the eyes go. I usually, you guys know, I do more dramatic look, and it's driving me nuts to not do it. But I really wanted that pinup style, that 50s housewife style, where it's really all about the winged liner. So that's what I'm really focusing on. So what we're going to do before we get into the winged liner, because I kind of like to do that last, if I really need to focus on a particular wing. Is my phone dying? It might be. What we're going to do next is we're going to go in and bronze. I'm going to be using this bronzer I got by Pop Beauty, Sun Kissed Bronzer. I got this in an Ipsy bag. And I'm just going to be taking another eBay brush. I'm just going to dab that in there. And I'm just going to lightly hit by my hairline and just kind of bring it down a little bit onto my temple. And then I'm going to actually do this underneath as well. I really just want my jawline to look nice and pronounced because I was not blessed with the best jawline. Well, I guess cheeseburgers have not blessed me with the best jawline, we'll say that. And then I'm just going to kind of blend it out so it's not so harsh. I really just want that shadow under there so my jawline just looks a little bit better. And I'm going to take that same bronzer and that same brush and contour the sides just a bit. And then I'm going to take that fluffy brush. I'm using the complexion brush by e.l.f. to just kind of blend all that out and just soften it up. I'm not doing any crazy contouring, which is why I did not use my Chocolate Soleil bronzer, because I don't want anything to be too harsh. I want it to look very effortless and airbrushed. Like in the 50s, everyone's skin just looked so perfect and airbrushed. For blush, I'm going to use a really pretty pinky shade. This is Pearlescent Pink by Wet n Wild, in my Real Techniques blush brush. I'm just going to dab it in, tap off the excess. You guys know I'm so bad with blush. And I'm just going to place that right here. I'm dabbing it on. I've learned that if I dab, I do less damage. I mean, I still do damage because I like my blush, but it's not as bad. And then I'm going to go in with that same complexion brush. I'm just wiping it off so I don't get any bronzer on it. And I'm just going to like smooth that over just in case we have any harsh lines in the blush. I just kind of want to smooth everything out. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to go back to the eyes. What I'm going to do, I need to get my little trusty mirror here. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. cream eyeliner. This is a black eyeliner. I love this stuff for winged liner. It's probably the best stuff I've ever used for a wing liner. I've tried liquid liners. I just feel like I have much more control with an angled brush in this cream eyeliner. And I also feel the cream eyeliner lasts longer and it's easier to place because it's not so like liquidy and like wet. So I'm just going to be making a wing. Hope I'm not out of focus, guys. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I was literally doing my winged liner and my phone was like, ding! And I was like, that means I ran out of memory space and the video cut off. So I had to go dump that video onto my computer really quick. So while I was waiting for that to dump onto my computer, I basically finished my wing liner. And then I popped on some mascara. I did a coat of the Urban Decay Perversion mascara first. I'm running out of my trial size. I'm really upset because it's going to mean I'm going to have to buy the full size. It's so expensive. And then I went in with a little bit of the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. This is also a sample. And then on the tips, I just used Maybelline the Falsies just to kind of wing out the tips a little bit. make it look a little bit more full. I don't know if you can tell, but I didn't want to do falsies because it's like a 50s housewife kind of look, and I didn't want to go like too over the top. I wanted it to be pinup, I wanted it to be sexy, but I also wanted it to be a mix between the 50s housewife and the pinup, not like one or the other. I wanted it to be a good mix, so I did not do falsies. The next thing that we're going to do, I want to keep the winged liner the focus of my eyes. So I'm not going to do any crazy, just looking for my pencil, I'm not going to do any crazy like dark liner on the bottom. I'm just going to go in with this pencil by City Colors. This is in the color taupe. It's just a nice kind of neutral shade. And what I'm going to do with this, and I have to light the end of mine on fire. I know, it's like fire. Because I feel when I don't get any color payoff from this. I just don't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my bottom waterline with this. And then I'm going to line my top waterline. I'm going to tight line with a black eyeliner, and I'm going to be using the one by Avon. This is their Glimmer Sticks in Blackest Night G04. That's what I'm going to be doing. I almost poke myself in the eye every time I do that. Whew. Next, I'm going to go in with an angled brush. Where are you? This is a small angled brush. And I'm going to be going back into the Naked palette. I'm going to be taking that same color Snake Bite right here. And I'm just going to be placing that on my bottom lash line. I want a little bit of color down there. I just don't want anything too like dark and dramatic because I really want the wing liner to be the focus. We're going to be doing a little bit of highlight. I'm going to be using the Mega Glow Illuminating Powder by Wet n Wild, and this is in the color Catwalk Pink. And I like this because I feel like it gives a nice highlight and it gives a nice glow. When you really kind of blend all of the colors together, you get a really, really nice glow, but it's not too stark and it's not too white. So I'm just going to be taking that and I'm just going to be placing that right here on the top of my cheekbones. And then I'm also going to take my finger, run it around in there, and just do a little bit of highlight on my Cupid's bow here. And dab just a little in this area. I want to look really fresh faced, but I don't want to overdo too much highlighting, but I do want to bring a little bit of shine to those areas. Last step before we spray everything and set it in place is going to be our lips. I'm going to be wearing a nice red lip, pinup style kind of lip. I'm going to be using my Jordana lip liner in Sedona Red to just outline my lips. So then I'm going to take a Milani lipstick. This is in the color Best Red. It looks like this, and I'm just going to take, this is actually an eye crease brush, but I use it as a lip brush. So I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to get some product off the top of my lipstick, and I'm just going to go over the lip liner with this. That's basically going to be the look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for a few clips of my outfit at the end of this video if you want to see my outfit, because I am going to put some clothes on, I promise. But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of talk through, get ready with me, tutorial-y, very, very long video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. If you are, thank you so much. From one 50s housewife to another, you're amazing. And I will see you guys soon in another video. Bye.